Hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is a different time for me, but you know, it's what worked. It was what worked. Lila had a dentist appointment. I didn't think I would get home in time. It's just one thing after another. I do apologize because I was supposed to go live yesterday and I bailed. Lila wanted to spend some time with me, so that takes priority. Lila takes priority. She was all snuggled up on the sofa and with the dog, and I just couldn't resist. So I apologize for that. Are you able to hear me okay? Let me know, because it feels a little weird today. I don't know. I just want to make sure. Welcome. I'm glad you're here from, oh my goodness, from so far over. Welcome. Yay. Okay. Today I'm going to do, okay. Rewind. I had been thinking about my lives and what works well here for you guys and for me and for teaching. And I've discovered there are like 3 different types of lives that I can do. One is where I pre-plan, which is what I do a lot, where I like come up with several cards and then show like the key parts of those cards during the live. And then I have several cards in the end. Another type of live, so that was like where I pre-plan a lot of it. The second type of live is where I have a bunch of products and you all kind of help me decide what I'm going to make, and we make something together. The last 2 lives I've done on my own, we did that, and I thought it was really fun. I was scared to do it, but I thought it was fun. Then the third type of live, which I've done a few times, is a live where I just kind of explore and share different things you can do with different techniques or product types. And that's what I'm going to do today because I haven't done that in a while. I thought I would, it's a few random things because I just finished organizing something this morning that I wanted to share with you. Then I also wanted to talk about 2 other systems. I do have some discount codes for you today, some really good ones. They are for Spellbinders and Hero Arts and Spellbinders UK. So in the description below, if you click that link, you can shop at any of those 3 sites, Spellbinders, Spellbinders UK, or Hero Arts, and use the code GEN10, and that will get you 10% off site-wide. Now that 10% off does include their new stuff. It does include their clubs or subscriptions. It does include sale items. The only thing it excludes is the clearance category, because that stuff is so marked down already. So you still could put that in your cart, but it doesn't count, like the 10% won't come off that. Hi Betsy, hi Dana, my goodness. Welcome all. Is the ninja here? Is Link Ninja here? Is Brianne here? Hey, Leanne.
Jessie likes your apron.
Jessie likes my apron.
I gotta put that on this.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, hi, Diana. So I have some exploring to do. Now, one of the things, so the 10% off information is all in the description below. So you can find that there. I also have at the top of my YouTube description a link with the word live in it. And if you go to that page, it'll open up a new page. There she is. Hi, Brianne. It'll open up a new page, and that has thumbnail pictures of everything I talk about on it, along with the discounts code stuff at the top. I encourage you to go to that page to be able to find things. It's so much easier than the description below, because I'm going to be using a lot of different things today to demo. Thank you. Yeah, the aprons are from Brutus Monroe. He has those available on his site now.
Put a link in.
Yeah, Mike added it. You might have to refresh your page, but you can buy those now from Brutus Monroe. If you check out my last live, at the beginning we show you the different options. When I was at Christopher's store, I saw him making sweatshirts, and I bought a few, and they were really high quality, and he prints them there. So I asked him, can you print aprons for people to be able to get? And he's doing it, and I'm excited because it's something that I've wanted to have available, but I just don't have the capacity, anything to get them sold. So he's doing that. So you can find that at Brutus Monroe. Okay, so let me talk about the three categories that I will be using today. If one of these categories is not of interest to you or you don't have it, don't worry. I'm going to share other things that you can do as we go. The first thing I was going to show you was the new Spellbinders cardstock, because I have been slammed with questions about this cardstock. And so I really wanted to make sure I showed you. It came out earlier in February, almost a month ago. And I'm just now getting myself organized with it. Spellbinders has 48 new colors, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. You know, Spellbinders does everything well. I believe these were custom colors, and these are a high GSM and high pound cardstock, so it's very heavyweight. So this is like one of your heavier weight cardstocks, not like a thin one. So you could definitely use these for card bases. When I was talking to them, they also said that these cardstocks were made so that they're good to work with Glimmer also. So they're good for foiling. They're very smooth. So we'll be using some of those today. I will show you, I'm just going to fan the 48 colors out. You can see them all on their website. I do plan to do more about the colors in the future. This is just, I'm going to just show you briefly because I got the organization started. I do have plans to do a live where I show all of my cardstock organization, and when I do that, I'll talk more about the Spellbinders new colors because those are the newest ones for me to put away. Just giving a little preview today, I will mention the colors that I really like from the collection, but keep in mind they do have, and I have it linked in the YouTube description, they do have a variety pack that has one of each sheet in it. So it's 48 sheets of cardstock, one of each sheet. And the nice thing about that is you could get that and decide which you would want more of. There's also a pack that's obviously a higher cost that is 5 of each sheet. So you could also do that. But if you really just want to explore new colors and see what there is, the pack that has 48 sheets, and then it's, you know, you can use that for sure, but you can also get an idea of what those colors are and how they fit into what maybe you have already. Yeah, their color cardstock does work really well with the Glimmer machine. I find all colored cardstock works with the BetterPress, but I'm finding that this new Spellbinders is super smooth. So it's great for Glimmer, and it's also great if you want to do blending on top. All right, so I'm going to talk first a little bit about the cardstock, to show you a little bit about it and some of my plans with what they have. Then I also will show you some techniques with BetterPress and Glimmer. So that is like a faux letterpress and foiling. I know I've been getting a lot of questions still on like what you can do, because some of it you can, you know, like interchange, and getting a lot of questions about what you can and cannot interchange, and different things you can do with them if you don't have one of the systems. So I will then demonstrate with that and show you just different things. I'm going to let you help me decide what I use so that you can really learn the most you can during this. The reason I chose to review the BetterPress and the Glimmer today is because I've been getting a lot of questions about the two. Then also which I would recommend first if you're going to get one or the other. I also noticed that Spellbinders and Hero Arts both have a huge press plate and foil plate sale, and the BetterPress system's on sale, and the Glimmer machine is on sale, and all the foils, everything, all of it is on sale. And then you also get that extra 10% off. So if you were considering either the BetterPress system or the Glimmer system, or even the Spellbinders Platinum, now is the time to check it out. So the information's in the YouTube description. So first, that's what I'll end up doing. But first I want to show you these cardstocks. Yeah, Jane, you know, some of those basic cardstock colors you run low on, and I think it's good to see the different colors out there. And I noticed there are several in here that are very unique to me, and I just really like. I think they're all very unique, but there are certain ones that really stand out. All right, so let me switch to my overhead here. Here we go. So here are the 48 colors. Now, The die that I use to create these is a really old die from Simon Says Stamp. They came out with this tag die, I think there's 2 different tag shapes in the set. I bought a few of the sets so I could easily make a lot of these swatches at once, which I will go into in a later video. So Spellbinders came out with new swatching dies that I love, but I've done almost all of my cardstock, hundreds of colors in this die, so I had to stick with this for now. Someday I might switch over to the other one because I really like what Spellbinders just came out with. So I'll show that in a moment. So the colors are beautiful. There's 48 colors, and those include a white and a black, and they're all smooth and very heavyweight. All right, let me just flip through and show you. I really like, right off the bat, a few of my favorites are right at the front. The mulberry, I think, is beautiful, and it goes really nicely with the orchid and the violet. If you're familiar with Concord and 9th Fig, this is a little bit lighter than Fig, so Fig would go well with it too. So these can fit in to, you know, other colors you may have, but this mulberry, I'm smitten. I really like that mulberry. Then this is blush, tutu. Dahlia is one that they had before and they kept because it was so popular. If you've watched my videos, I've used Dahlia many times. I've used it in classes too. And it goes really nice with tutu and wildberry. So it's a nice 3 little sisters here, or siblings, that go well together. Then there's Merlot, cranberry, pomegranate, which I think is a really nice, these 2 are both a nice for like a Christmas red. So when you want 2 shades. Then there's poppy, which is a bit brighter. Let's see, Sicily. Sicily is the one that I am crazy about. It is a little more toned down than a lot of the coral colors out there, a lot of the peaches. And this is probably my favorite of all of them because it's so unique, and I'll definitely use it today. Then there's coral in Bellini. And the nice thing about Sicily is like it goes well with those, especially with the Bellini, but it also goes really well back here with the pomegranate. I think those go well together. So the Sicily is definitely one that I recommend checking out. All right, then there is chiffon, which is like it's nice. It's like a very light peach color. So it's lighter than like nectar, if you've ever used nectar. It's almost white, but it's not a cream because it has a peachy tone to it. Margot, I'm telling you, this cardstock it's not my fault. I didn't come out with it. Carrot, terracotta, cinnamon, Tuscan, saffron, and then beeswax, which was one of my favorite yellows that I bought more than I care to say when they first came out with it. So this is one of their original colors. I think they just kept it because it was so popular. Then we have our greens. I'm really liking, I like these 3 together, but I especially like the rainforest and the fern together. I think those are good. Then we have very light mint and seaside. You can see seaside's a little more blue. Now one of the colors that I really like here is waterfall. This is a little more green than some of the like turquoise colors out there. So a little more green than like Turquoise Sea from Gina K. A little more green than like Aqua Sky from Concord and 9th. It's a nice, again, kind of muted color, it also pairs really nicely with Sicily. There we go. Look at how nice those 2 go together. All right, so waterfall is another one that I really like. And you can see it goes nice with seaside and teal topaz, which is a little bit darker, and then blue spruce. So those 4 go nice together. Then we have Oceanside, which is a nice, it's like a nautical blue to me. I don't know. It's not navy. It's not dark teal. It's very unique color. Yeah, waterfall and Sicily are pretty together, aren't they? So that's Oceanside. Then we have Malibu and Breeze, which are more of like more of a true bluish color, which is a nice thing because that's, I think, missing in a lot of collections. Then we have Windy and Cascade and Celestial and Cosmic Sky. Cosmic Sky I've used many times in videos. It's like a bright navy, and I've said I love it, and they've kept that. And I like these additions. These are a little bit more purple blue. This is all Spellbinders cardstock. A little more purple. I don't know. It depends on what you think a true blue is between those. This is a little more green. The Malibu is. Cascade is a little more grayish. I don't know. They're beautiful. Beautiful. But you can see how well those go together. Then we have Indigo, which it's a unique color. It's not navy. It's got a little bit of a purple to it. But it's not like an eggplant color. It's really unique. Then we have Lilac, Lavender, and then Fairy Tale, which is a very light purple. They are gorgeous. I didn't pick them. You can't blame me. Then we have Classic White, Fog, and Anchor, and Raven. So your white, classic white, your traditional black, and these are two really nice grays. You know I'm a big fan of like a fog light gray cardstock. Totally love it. So that's a great one. Then browns. I think browns are one of the hardest things to find good browns, and I really like these. We have Truffle. Acorn, I think, is fantastic. It's like the perfect milk chocolate brown. Great if you're doing leaves or branches. That's what I would reach for. Then Fawn and Alabaster, which is a nice creamy color that isn't too yellow. All right. So these are all 100 pound, but the key to it is they're also high GSM, which makes it a little bit thicker than some other, like if you went to an office supply store, a 100 pound cardstock there has a lower GSM, so they wouldn't be as thick. This is a nice thick cardstock. I definitely would make a card base out of these, and they're smooth, so you can foil, and you can also ink blend on them. All right. Yes, as far as sold out, yes, many of these are sold out. I talked to them, some just came back in, and more is coming in. So it's going to be here in a couple weeks, and I'm going to go live again with the cardstocks once they're back in stock. But the variety packs are available. Like I said, there's a variety pack. I linked to it in the description. That is one sheet each of all 28. Of all 48. And I think that's a great thing to get, because then you can choose what colors you like and maybe want to get more of, right? And you get the 10% off. The other thing is there is a variety pack that has 5 sheets of each. So if you wanted that. Spellbinders does not have inks to match their cardstock or envelopes. I don't know if that's something they're considering. These are cardstocks that they designed to work with their systems, which include the Glimmer, and also they die cut very well. They don't give you the hairs. That's the other thing. They are solid core cardstocks, so these are really good cardstocks. If you go to their Instagram, I think they have a video of the cardstocks being made, and it's fascinating. It's just fascinating, the Spellbinders website. So 100 pound, I forget what the GSM is, but it's high for a colored cardstock. Let me see if I can find it. And there are variety packs. There are even variety packs of like the cool assortment. So like the blues and greens. And there's a variety pack of the warm colors, like the pinks, reds, and oranges. So you can, if you tend to only use blues and greens, you could try that variety pack. But then there's one that has all of it. Let's see what. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's available in 8.5 by 11 and 12 by 12. So if you like to have the bigger sheets for different reasons, scrapbooking or making bigger note cards, they do have these in 12 by 12, which I think is fantastic. All right, so yes, they are 270 GSM and 100 pound. So very nice, heavyweight. All right. Keep in mind, which company's inks do you think would work best with the cardstock? Oh, that's a hard one to say. I think it would be a mix. I will say, I see a lot, and maybe I'll try to match them up someday. I'll try. I do see a lot in here that would work with Hero Arts or Pink Fresh. Kind of those, like, Pink Fresh has what I call like the jelly bean colors, the kind of bright colors. And then Hero Arts has some of those and also some classic colors. Like they would have they have some different ones that would work with these. I'd have to go match them up. Yeah, and when I say that the hairs, oh, Brianne linked the video to them making cardstock. When I say that these are designed to die cut well, and I mentioned the hairs that sometimes you get, the hairs can be caused by a few things. The hairs can be caused by your cutting plates. It can be caused by your die cut machine and the pressure it puts on. It can be caused by the cardstock. It can be caused by how much you've used that die. There are a lot of things that go into it, but I find if you keep your cutting plates fresh, and you get good quality cardstock, you should be good. All right. Yeah, Joann's has some heavy cardstock for bases, but Joann's is closing. They're all going out of business. What is meant by note card? Beth Ann, we have a newbie. I love fresh blood. Welcome. So when you take cardstock and you fold it in half so that you can make a note card, you want something that's heavyweight. You don't want like a flimsy note card. I'm sure I'll make a note card at some point during this live, but like when you make a card like this and we decorate the front, we want this to be very heavyweight so that it's not like flopping open when you get it. All right. I'm just looking for questions. Yeah, so I don't know if they have plans for inks. I have no idea. I just like their cardstocks. I am a sucker for cardstock, especially because I like die cutting so much, so I'm excited about that. Okay, now they did come out with swatching systems. There's actually two, so let me show you. Gotta see what they're called. These are sold out, or some of this. I think this is sold out at Spellbinders. They do have more coming in. It's the Petal Etched, the Color Swatch Petal Etched dies. And I'm going to show you how they work, but this is what comes in it. This right here. And what you can do is, hang on, I gotta get some glue out. Diane, 110-pound red. I mean, this is very close. It's hard to tell a difference between a good quality 100-pound and a good quality 110-pound. Try Hero Arts too. Hero Arts has really heavyweight cardstock, and so does Gina K. And I like to use them all together. So this die makes this bigger shape with like a, it leaves a little mark for this curve. And then this cuts something smaller. And what you can do is I cut the white from like just an inexpensive white cardstock. And then I cut this from color. This is Waterfall. I think that's Waterfall. I'm still learning all the new colors. Yep, that's Waterfall. So Waterfall, so you can see how it fits nicely on there. Then you can also cut, if you want to, want to reinforce the top, or say you want to put another color up there, you can add that so it's nice and reinforced. And then they have these stamps so that you can stamp like, where's Waterfall? It's probably alphabetical over here. So you could stamp this Waterfall right there on the bottom, right? And then if you have other companies, you could just write it there, write the company name. And I think these are nice. And you could, if you wanted to, you could add some ink blending on it, a lot that you can do. I really like the size of it. So I may be switching over, but that's going to take me a while to switch over from this. But I love that this is white because you can write right on it. Like, whereas like writing on a black cardstock is trickier. Does that make sense? So this is their Color Swatch Petal. So this is out of stock at some places. I know it's in stock at Simon Says Stamp. And it will be coming back to Spellbinders. But what I think is really clever about another swatching die set that Spellbinders came out with, it's the Color Swatch Wheel. This is fun. This I cannot wait to play with, and I'm going to play with it before that next live. I'm just starting this. So this is something that I'm going to do with all of my cardstocks because it allows you to come up with color combos that go well together and document them. So I'm going to put 6 of my favorite colors from the new collection together on here, 6 that I like together, so you can see what it's like. But I plan to also incorporate other colors. So like I love Hero Art's Cherry cardstock. So I could do Hero Art's Cherry cardstock on here along with Spellbinders Cranberry. Like you can mix your different companies together and it can help you to remember colors that work well together. The other thing that I'm excited about is I am a big fan, as I am with inks. I love when my cardstocks are like available in a light, medium, dark, and extra dark that all go well together. Kind of like these right here, these 4 here. Right? I love that. But it's not always available within one company like this. So say I only had these 3 colors from Spellbinders. I could go find a dark color from another company and put it in there and then put all of those together. So I know which go nice together as light, medium, dark, and extra dark, and I don't have to fish for it every time. So like with a layering flower or layering butterfly, it's nice to know which go together. Is that making sense? I'm hoping that makes sense. I'm hoping that makes sense. And this is a good way to document them, right? So let me just show you. This would be better with liquid adhesive, but this is what I've got out. So it cuts this shape here, which has 6 sections, and you can see it makes these little marks. It engraves kind of where each piece goes. Then there's this die that will cut 6 little pie pieces. And then there's a die that does a single pie piece. All right, now the nice thing is you could do 1, but what I will do is when I go to cut my swatches, I will also cut this and keep it with the cardstock so that when I want to make some of these, I'll have them ready. Okay, so you can make a color palette on here. So I'm doing, I like when I can do, as I mentioned, light, medium, dark, and extra dark together, right? But also when I'm doing a color palette, of several colors, I also like when there's 2 shades of the same color in it. Laura Basson calls it like a sibling. It just works well together. So here I have 2 together. Now I got to remember all the names. This right here is Dahlia. I think this is Wildberry. See how good I am. Yep. So Dahlia and Wildberry. Now there is a tutu that goes with it too, and a blush, but I just want those 2 right now. Then we have Coral. I just thought these 6 went well together. And Sicily. So those 2 are like in the same family, right? These 2 are in the same family. And then I'm going to put down Violet and, is it Orchid? No, it's not Orchid. Doobie-doo, hold on. Mulberry. So now I have all of these on here, and I know this is a color palette that I would like, right? So I can refer back to this. So you could, with their stamp, with Spellbinders cardstock, you can stamp the names. But I would just write on here like SB Sicily. And say this was a different company. I would write that company's name on there. So you can mix, right? Yeah, okay. Connie's impressed that I can remember the cardstock names. I can't remember my children's names. Like I call them the wrong thing. Like I can't remember the most basic things in life, but I can name most of the cardstocks behind my head. It is a useless talent, let me just say.
Same thing for DMC thread.
I'm the same with DMC thread. And childhood phone numbers. Weird. But anything I learned in engineering classes, gone. And then there's this little finishing touch. So now you can have these color swatches, right? And you can keep them all on a ring. Now say you have a color swatch that's only, you want to do just 4, then just cut that off. You can cut that off and I'll just do it. Doop, doop, doop. Cut it off like this. Cut this right around here. Put this on there, and there you have a smaller color palette. And you can keep it on the same ring. Does that make sense? So this is I'm very excited about. I love the other swatch for sure, but I've already got a system that I've had for years. But this is going to be an excellent way to find different color combos and remember them. and you can keep them all in a ring together and fan through them. I think that's awesome. And then if you look on their website, they actually have examples of cards where you actually cut two of them and kind of overlap, and it could be a background on a card too. All right, so this is the color swatch wheel. And I wanted to share this with you from the beginning because I think this is brilliant. I think this is in stock. If not, it'll be coming back. And there's 10% off if you use my link and code below, which I appreciate Spellbinders doing. So let me show you what I've done. Because, hang on. Do you know of a good single die panel that cuts tiny flowers at once for shakers and embellishments? They have, Christine asked for, hang on, I gotta find it. They have a tiny flowers one. So she's looking for, hold on. Now I can't find it. It's on this wall here somewhere. Oh, here it is. So this is from Simon Says Stamp. This is their, I forget what it's called, party hearts or whatever, but it cuts a lot of hearts at once. They have this one. She was asking for a flower version. This one's great. I think it's called Tiny Hearts from Simon Says Stamp. It's really old, but I keep it stuck on the inside of my cabinet on a magnet because I use it so much. So maybe that'll help you. The other option is look for background dies that cut little flowers. Hero Arts has some. All right. Okay. So I just wanted to show you this about the cardstock because I'm going to use this cardstock today and test out foiling with it. All right, and you can help me pick some things. All right, so that is Spellbinders cardstock. Here it says the tulips one. Yeah, they do. Okay, to clean your Share Handmade Kindness block, I use Windex. It works great. Spray some Windex, let it sit. Will come right off. Okay, so today.
For glue?
For glue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Today I thought I would talk about Spellbinders, and it includes Hero Arts. They both have a big sale on press plates and foil plates. They also have the Glimmer machine, which does foiling, on sale, and they have the BetterPress system on sale. You all know I love my BetterPress system. I know some people have been on the edge about it, or trying to decide. It is on sale now. So I just wanted to mention that. And almost all of their dies, or all of their plates, are on sale unless it's something super new. So I have a link to those categories below. Now, one of the things I get a lot of questions about is press plates and foil plates. Now there is a trick to this. The nice thing is press plates, mine's pink because of ink, press plates, which look like this, they're like a kind of muted silver. Press plates can be used on a BetterPress system. They can be used to make an impression with the die using like a flexible embossing mat, and you can foil with these. The way I like to remember is press plates are impressive. They're impressive because they can do so much. They can be used on a BetterPress system, and they can be used on a Glimmer machine. Okay? Foil plates, which different companies have them, but from Spellbinders, they're like this kind of copper color. Foil plates can be used really for two things. One is with the Glimmer foil machine. The other is to make an impression with the die using the flexible mat. So they both can be used to foil. They both can be used with the flexible mat to make an impression, but only press plates can be used with the BetterPress system. Foil plates cannot be used on the BetterPress system because of the thickness. They tell you it'll void your warranty or whatever. So a lot of companies are switching and only doing press plates now. They're not doing foil plates anymore because press plates can be used to foil also. The other nice surprise is we've discovered that press plates actually foil better than foil plates. At least in my experience, and I know in the experience of many others, especially with detailed plates. So I'm going to demonstrate that today. So the way to remember which you can foil and use on the BetterPress system, it's the press plates, because they're impressive that they can do both. Don't laugh at me. Foil plates are for foil, okay? Hi, Kathy. The flexible mat, I will show that to you in a moment. I'll show you that in a moment, because you can do that with both. Now, I have lots of press plate videos. Brienne just put a link to my playlist in the chat. If you want to grab that link and save that for later, you definitely could do that. What is Can you scroll a little bit? I want to see what Diana says about the BetterPress. The BetterPress is the single best craft tool I've ever purchased. I agree. See? And then Karen says, love the BetterPress. They foil beautifully. Yeah. Yes. I know that not everybody wants more tools or can have more tools. I totally get that. The nice thing about the press plate is it would work for beginners too. But the BetterPress system, it would work for beginners too. It is like foolproof. Like I've never messed up using it. Not to say I won't, but right out of the gate, right out of the box, you get great results. There's no practice pancake with press plates on the BetterPress system. You can use the BetterPress and the Glimmer on Gina K's Intercut. I did a video all about the Intercut back in the fall, and I show in there what settings to use for the press plate, or the BetterPress and the Glimmer. Brenda says she loves her BetterPress and uses it more than the foil machine. It was a good purchase. Peter loves the BetterPress system. Yeah, it's confusing what you can do with everything. But the best way to remember it is a press plate is impressive because you can use it on your BetterPress system and your foil machine. A foil plate you use with your foil machine, okay? You can also do the thing where you make an impression with the die or with either of the plates, and I will demonstrate that later, okay? I have trouble getting results with stamping and embossing sentiments. Yes, if you have trouble getting great results, can you put that up? Where'd it go? If you have trouble getting great results, it's Pamela. With stamping or embossing sentiments, try press plates. The reason she says that, and I 100% agree, is press plates give you a detail with ink that you could never achieve with stamping. It's pretty amazing. Oh, CB, take that BetterPress out of the box. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. Yeah, Jan says BetterPress is even better than stamping such detail. So it's just something to consider, especially when it's on sale. I know it's not for everybody, but I will tell you, and one of the reasons that I'm using it so much is that more and more companies are coming out with press plates. So when there's more available, it just gives you more use for it. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. Okay. Can you do the same techniques with the folding machine and the BetterPress? Folding machine. I'm not sure about what a folding machine. Foiling machine. Can you do the same techniques with a foiling machine and the BetterPress? Watch, and today I'll show you how you can mix them up, okay? I will talk about the cardstocks with the BetterPress. So let me pick, how about this? I'll pick a press plate and I will use it in a BetterPress, and then I will use it to foil, and then I will use it to make an impression. How's that? And we'll do all of them. And then I'll show you some foiling on the colored cardstock, and I'll show you some specialty press plates, whatever I can pull together in the next hour and 20 minutes. All right? Okay, and if you have questions, put question in capital letters and Mike will try to capture it. All right. Now, I believe all of the press plates and foil plates that I used today are on sale. I believe all of them. I went through and tried to pick things that were on sale because, you know, who doesn't love a good sale? Rosemary, we'll work on your Glimmer. Maybe we'll be able to solve it today. Okay, so I'm going to use, actually there's 3 here, and I think I'll 4. I might demonstrate with a few of them because they all have varying amounts of detail, and we can foil with them also. The BetterPress system is made by Spellbinders, and I know that a long time went into developing this, and it's fantastic. It works really, really well. And the people there, I love the people there. So this is the BetterPress system. I have a few here. I have the Cosmos backdrop, which I know is on sale. I have the Kaleidoscope flowers, which you can see I've used many times and I love. I have the Friendship book plate, which has a press plate sentiment, and then there's dies that can cut them out. And then this giant one called, this one's a big mama. This one is called the Sunflower Border. So I probably will show a few of these. The only negative thing that I have to say, and it's not even a negative, it just is unfortunate, is that you can't use your BetterPress in your Anna Griffin M-Press. You can't do it. You can use it in your Spellbinders machine, you can use it in your Intracut, and you can use it in your Big Shot. So that's just the only thing. I will talk about, Jenny, I'll talk to you about what inks will work. All inks. Okay, so let's start with one. I think I'll start with, I'm going to start with this big mama. Why buy stamps if you can use the press plate? Well, that's a good question. There are more stamps available on the market. You don't need a BetterPress system to stamp. And some things are easier with clear stamps, right? But the results of this, I think, are fantastic. Does the BetterPress come with the magnetic insert? This gray piece, yes. This gray piece is magnetic. It has some shims underneath it. I just leave them there. The shims are always there. And it comes with what you see here. I don't know if there's other tools that come with it. You can buy replacements to these if you need to, but I don't think you would need to. Okay. All right. So as far as cardstock that you can use, Spellbinders has a cotton cardstock. It's a little bit thicker. Well, it's thicker and it's softer. And it is what they did a lot of research to figure out gives the best results on the BetterPress. If you are looking for that letterpress look where it's like impressed in, like where your inked image is pressed into the cardstock and you can feel that texture. If you want that, you want to use their cotton cardstock. And I have it linked below. The porcelain color is like the whitest, and that's what I use the most. I'm thinking, if you don't have that, you could also use like the smooth side of watercolor paper because that is soft too. But definitely the most ideal for getting that letterpress look, which is what the BetterPress is supposed to really be about, is that cotton paper. I haven't used it in videos in a while because I ran out, but I got some more. Yeah, so watercolor paper does work well in it. Yeah, you're right, Diana. It's not that expensive and it doesn't take up much space, which is also good. All right. However, I have used every kind of cardstock you can imagine in here. If you use like a regular cardstock, you're not going to get as deep of an impression, but you still will get fantastic detail and crisp results. Okay? So the answer is you can use any cardstock. If you want that deeper impression that you can feel more or see more, you want to use the cotton paper. All right? Watercolor paper does work great. Yep. Okay. All right. I am going to demonstrate this with a new color of cardstock. Where did I put my cardstock? I am going to demonstrate with, should I do Sicily? I think I'm going to do light for now. Hang on, I'm coming. Let's do, oh, this is pretty. What color is this? Ooh, I have to put all my cardstock up on my shelf. Is this blush? I don't think it's blush. Is it blush? Yes, I think it's blush. Hang on, I'm coming back. Yes, it's blush. I was right. Do you store all your stuff in that size pocket no matter the size of the die or press plate? No, most of my press plates and stamps are in this size pocket, which is just the traditional. But if it will fit in a smaller one, I'll use the smaller pocket. And I will be doing a video on that this month because I have all my reorganization to do. Does the BetterPress paper come in colors? The thick cotton paper, it comes in the porcelain, which is like the white. It comes in like a cream and like a light gray. However, if you want it to be colored, you just ink over it, ink blend over it. No problem. Yes, this is a big plate. So this is a really big plate with a lot of detail. See how, I mean, there's a ton of detail in that. So I thought it'd be good to demo with. Now this, what you do is you take your cardstock and I'm using, this is Spellbinders heavyweight smooth cardstock. So it'll get a little bit of an impression, but not as much as if I use cotton paper. But I want a crisp result. That's what matters to me. Now you could use tape and tape it in here onto this clear plate, your cardstock. But what I do is I just use a little bit of like a tape runner and I put it on there like that, okay? All right, so now as far as inks, Spellbinders has BetterPress inks, which are ideal. They were designed for these. They worked with, I believe they worked with Ranger. I think Ranger makes them. I think they worked with Ranger to develop these inks. So they're acid-free, they're permanent, they're waterproof. These work great, okay? They, and the nice thing is the size is good because it allows you to get into the nooks and crannies easily. However, you can use pretty much any ink you want. I've used every dye ink from every company that I know of, and they've worked well. So if you're interested in the BetterPress system, I recommend investing in the BetterPress, some cotton cardstock, just a pack of it so you can try it, and then press plates and try the inks that you have, okay? Melinda, I will talk about that in just a moment. Give me a moment, okay? There's a lot to share with all this. All right, so this is taped on here. There are these little magnets up here and they press down. So what happens is, see how there's you can't see. There's like a gap in there, okay? There's a gap so that this is the paper's floating above the press plate. And when you put it through your die cut machine, it presses it down, transferring the ink. So I am just gonna use the ink that I use the most on here. You could do colored ink, but what I usually reach for, because I use it for stamping, is Altenew Obsidian ink. But you could use your BetterPress inks. I lost most of my BetterPress inks in this reorganizing I'm doing. Found some of them, but not all of them. I need to find them all. But you could do this with colors too. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do color ink on half and black on the other half, all right? Yeah, the press plates are sold separately, and there are many different companies who sell them. Hero Arts has press plates, Pink Fresh, Altenew, and they work with Spellbinders. So actually you can find some Pink Fresh and Altenew and Hero Arts BetterPress plates on the Spellbinders website. Some of them are on sale right now too, okay? Yes, you can ink this with Versamark and then heat emboss it. Yep, you can. All right, so let me just demo. This is Altenew Blush Rose. I use fresh dye inks. This is a fresh dye ink a lot on here on my press plates because I have a lot of colors and I think they're good inks for it, but you could use any dye ink here. And I kind of pounce like I would on a stamp, but I also kind of twist too, all right? Good enough. And then I'm gonna use the black. This is a black pigment ink, that's fine, and I'm gonna put this on the top half. This is not gonna look good together, but I'm just demoing here, okay? Normally I would just do one color. Now, the success that you get with a press plate is just dependent on how well you ink it up. If you see color everywhere, you should be good to go. You just pop that on, and it's not touching yet. It doesn't touch until you put it through your machine. So yes, you can use whatever inks you have, and I'm going to demonstrate with different ones today. However, the BetterPress inks, if you're going to do a lot of press plates, it's probably a good thing to invest in. All right, here we go. Now, it's going to look bad between, but up here, look at the top, look at that detail black. You don't get that detail with the stamp. You just don't. You just don't, okay? So that's the black, just so you can see the great detail. And then here is the blush rose. I should have done more on the blush rose, but look at even there. Look at that detail. All right? So you can see it's just absolutely beautiful. Okay? That's a big mama, but it'd be beautiful. See, I think this, you know what, I think this would be nice if you did this in all black on white cardstock and do like a watercolor wash over it, or ink blending. So many things that you can do. All right, I see lots of questions. I'm going to try to get as many as I can, but that's it. So you saw how easy that was. And there's no having to go through it twice unless, say you missed inking a spot. If you missed inking a spot, re-ink it and run it through again, because your paper will still be stuck in the same spot. And this is on a magnet, so this is not moving. Okay, so another thing that you can do is, like, say you want to do a blend of color, you could first ink up with some pink, run it through. Then ink up with some orange, run it through, and keep going. So you can, plate's gonna stay there, and as long as you don't take your paper off, it'll stay there too. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. I'm just gonna say, and that's why I get very excited about it. As far as cleaning, I found it. I finally found it, and now I don't know where it is. Here it is. This is what Spellbinders, they sell it on their website. I have it linked below. It's archival ink cleaner, and this is from Ranger, and this is what they recommend for the for their ink. So you can use that. But to be honest with you, I couldn't find it for a while. I just found it. What I normally do is spray a cloth with water and just wipe it clean. It's fine for me. Now this is on here good, right? It's a big plate, and it's on a big magnet. So I use a magnet just to pick it up and take it off. Can you use the BetterPress with the Gemini system? I have no idea. If somebody is here and can answer that, I'd love to know, because I don't have a Gemini system anymore. So I have no idea. All right, so there you can kind of see, I think that tone on tone is so pretty. But you can do this with metallic inks, like the Lisa Horton metallic inks. You could do this with white pigment ink, but I don't know, it's just the detail. I mean, look at this. Can you see this detail? Come on, focus. There, see that little detail? And I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear it? There's texture to it. Like when I run my nail across it, you can hear that there's texture to it. Now, that texture is not going to be nearly as deep as if I use cotton paper, which I can do also. Let me do that real quick. Now, somebody asked, this is a good question. I think I'll go back to it. Can you scroll it? Is this the cotton? I think this is it. Oh, good, you could hear it.
What's the name of the press plate?
That is the sunflower border. Yeah, it should be. It's big. I saw it on there. Okay. This is the cotton paper from Spellbinders that is really good with the BetterPress. So let me do that. I'm just going to use this ink again because it's out here. And this you'll see, hopefully you'll be able to see, this makes a deeper impression. It especially makes a deeper, more noticeable impression if you have a die that has more solid lines than this one. Good enough. Where did I get the magnet? I'll show you that magnet in a moment. So I inked it up, pop it on, run it through. That's it. It is a big border. But you know why I like this one? Well, it's on sale. But you can cut it in half and have 2 cards. And they have some really cool examples on their website. Okay, so let me see if you can see. I don't know if you can see it, but this has more of a deeper impression. Hear it? So this is a deeper impression. Okay, gosh, that's beautiful. So much detail to it. Isn't that gorgeous? Do the ink pads need to be felt? No, they don't. I have used Concord and Ninth inks before on here, ink pads on here, and they have the soft foam pad. You just have to be a little gentler because you don't want the ink pad to go into the nooks and crannies, but really it's so forgiving. It's just so forgiving. So here's my water bottle. I just missed it a little bit and am on my merry way. This magnet is, if you go to the live link at the top of my YouTube description, it'll open up thumbnails for everything. This is a magnet from Glassboard Studios that goes with my glass magnetic work surface. So it's a magnet there. And I just use it for picking up hot foil plates and picking up other things, but any little magnet would work. Yeah, Catherine Pooler's inks work. Yeah. You can use metallic inks. Honestly, I have not found an ink that hasn't worked. The only thing I think that I have to try still is Distress ink. I haven't tried it, but I don't know why it wouldn't work. I'm telling you, it's forgiving. Oh, I think this comes with the Just a Note word also. All right, let me just demo a little bit more, and then I wanted to show you something else. Another thing that I took mine off right before the live. Oh, I didn't show you this. I meant to say, when I was telling you I had no life earlier, this is what I got. For each color cardstock, I made 5 tags. One is on that ring, and I made additional ones because I'm gonna go back and put mix all of my cardstocks together in a giant ring. So I wanted some extras, and then I can also share. And then I also cut the swatch from Spellbinders, and I cut these flowers from each so I can make cards covered in these flowers because I love these flowers. They are these sunflower dies from Spellbinders. I actually bought 2 sets because I liked them so much. I have issues. So I have all of these, like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna make something with flowers in all 48 colors. Oh good, Distress inks work. I don't think there's an ink that won't. That's my guess, because it's just pretty forgiving. I know some folks asked about or mentioned sentiments. Let me show you. I'm gonna do, there's a few, and I tried to pick a lot of things that are on sale because who doesn't like that? This shape tag here is from Simon Says Stamp, and the tag like this is from Spellbinders. It's all in the description below. All right. Hold on. Let me think about what I was going to do next. Okay. Let me get this out. One of the things that I've done in video, you've seen me have on my BetterPress in videos, is I'll take some packaging, recycled packaging, and I'll just cut a piece, this is thin. We're not talking thick, not like a piece of acetate that we would put on a card, but it's just thin. Instead of throwing this away, I'm going to use it to cover up my magnetic mat so I don't have to clean it every time. Oh, look at that. I cut it pretty good. I'll save this one for next time. Mike's not impressed by me. What's Lila doing, by the way?
Tag.
Which tag?
The Simon one.
I don't know. Oh, maybe I didn't get it in there. Simon Says Stamp tag. Search on Simon Says Stamp. Search on the word Simon tag, and there are 2 dies that come together. It's old. So this is just thin, how do I have time to do all these different tasks? Well, I don't cook. My husband cooks. No, some of this die cutting I hired, there's a homeschooling mom who needed some extra spending money so her daughter could do gymnastics, and she is an angel. So sometimes she did some of this, but some of the organizing I did last night while talking to some friends online and watching a movie. watching Paradise. You need to watch the show Paradise. If you ever learn anything from me, let it be that. Just trust me. It's so good. I need to go back. I think this season's over now. I need to go back and make Mike watch it. So now I've got this clear piece that I'll leave on here. So it's easier to wipe off any ink that I get on the background. Does that make sense? If I over ink, it's easier. Marcy, if your magnets move more with that plastic on there, use a thinner plastic. I mean, I'm using really thin. Okay, yes, watch it. Okay, which one do you want me to demo with? This is, I want to do a sentiment one real quick. Bestie Sentiments.
Do a poll or no?
Yeah, sure. Mike's going to do a poll, so you can vote in the chat. Bestie Sentiments has some script and some small sentiments. Or, what's this one called? This one is called the Fancy Sentiment Strips. So, Bestie or Fancy. It's so good, isn't it? Oh man. It is so good. My husband's skiing this week, so I have to cook. Well, Mike's cooking tonight.
Bestie spelled.
B-E-S-T-I-E.
I got it.
Yay.
I'm a world's worst speller.
Yep, that's okay. That's why you became an engineer. So you guys pick, Mike's going to put up a poll. Just vote real quick on if you want me to use this Bestie sentiment or the Fancy. And let me know. And then I will...
That's what I'm picking.
Okay. Do you see the poll up there?
I'm losing.
I'm going to give it a minute. You're going to have to let me know. Is it looking like this one already? How many people have voted? I could probably do both at once, honestly.
Bestie is winning so far.
Okay. I'm just going to do the one. They work the same way. I'm going to use here just some Neenah Classic Crust Solar White and white cardstock because I have a bunch of it pre-cut right here under my desk. Now, there is a line here for A2 and there's a line on here for A2. So as long as my plate is in that line here and my cardstock is in these lines, I know that it'll land on there okay. Bestie is like your best friend, your bestie. All right, can you scroll it? Okay, I'm gonna do it the same way. You could use whatever inks you want here. See how I get ink on the side? This will easily wipe off and I don't have to use a cleaner. I can just take a dry cloth and wipe that off when I'm done. And that's the advantage of having, and you can see it's not moving. The magnet works through it as long as that's really thin plastic. Now I got a little messy here because I'm trying to hurry, but normally I would wipe that off, but I plan to die cut these all out, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Oh my gosh, my legs hurt. So now I can run this through, and you can do more than one plate on there at once if you have big enough paper or tape two pieces in. There you go. Can you see that detail? Look at the detail in those little words. Now that was from my over stamping, but that's okay. I'm going to die cut it. So there's lots of sentiments in here, and see how detail, and it also gives you a little bit of an impression too, right? Oh, Diane, that's a great point. I forgot about that. You can also put press and seal, stick press and seal onto this gray platform, and that will protect it from having to be cleaned. That's a very good point. I try not to use press and seal so much because people are convinced that I only use it because my husband was the inventor, but we don't get money for it. Let me assure you. We never did. He kept his job. But you could put press and seal there, for sure. Forgot to mention that. Thank you for reminding me. All right, so now I can just take this, oh, I should have kept my machine up here. And see how easy this is to store? I don't put anything heavy on it. I don't do that, but hang on, I'm gonna get out my cutting plates. Where are my cutting plates? Here we go. Okay. Oh, I was gonna use my, oh, this won't fit in it. Never mind. I think these plates can be used in the switch. I don't know. I'm not a switch person, so I know it can be used in the Big Shot. So All right, so this will line right up. Doo-be-doo-doo. So were people saying they've watched Paradise? It's so good. The cast is so good. And don't ask anybody, what is it about? Because that will ruin it. It will ruin it. By the end of the first episode, it'll just, it's so good. All right. Okay. So now look at how nicely these cut out here. Isn't that pretty? In such detail, right? The sale, I think, goes on until, Mike, can you see when the big, my 10% off goes through the 5th. But I don't know how long Sterling Brown, he's one of my favorite actors. That is one handsome man. The Spellbinders BetterPress sale, when does that go through? It should say somewhere. All right, there we go.
Love it first press.
Yes.
That is tomorrow.
It's through tomorrow night, so today and tomorrow. And then you remember with my code, if you shop my link and my code, you get another 10% off. These are on sale, and you get the 10% off that too. So anyways, this gave us nice detail sentiment. So this would work in the same way. So this is called Bestie Sentiments, the one that I just cut out. It says things like, have a marvelous time, you're my closest friend, I'll stand by you forever, you'll always have me, a lot of different sentiments. But they have a lot more of those. Paradise, I think it's Hulu. It's so good. I don't know if you can watch it anywhere else, but I know you can watch it on Hulu. That's where I watch it. I need to watch it again. And you know what else I like about Paradise? Is it's not one of those where you have to like be 100% focused. Like I can still craft while watching it. All right, so I think that gives you some ideas for how the BetterPress works. Let me use this one too. Because I wanted to show you. So this one has more solid lines to it, and I want to show you how that works. It's not just their detailed press plates that work well. And I'm putting it centered in that A2 rectangle. Let's get a Spellbinders cardstock here. Oh yeah, I'm going for violet. This is such a pretty color.
Is it Hulu? Is it a mini series or
it's a? I know they like renewed for another season. Oh, it's on Disney Plus? Okay, there you go. Shows you what I know. Are they the same? I don't know. I don't watch.
One's owned by the other. I don't know if
the only thing, I don't watch TV except for baseball. That's the only thing I watch on like regular TV. What?
There's a game on tonight at 8.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Yeah, I don't watch much of, I watch most of it on my computer while I'm working. I don't know why. I have a TV in this room, and I never turn it on. It's always on my computer, because that way I can bug my friends at the same time. Okay, this is violet. Really pretty color. This is the Friendship book plate. And the sentiment says, our friendship is my favorite story. And there's a die for that and a die for the center of this. I'm just going to use it as a frame. I just think it's beautiful. All right. If you don't have Hulu or Disney Plus, ask one of your friends who does, if you could borrow it. Because it's really good. It's really worth watching. Okay. I think I'm going to do, white would be pretty here, because you could use white pigment ink here, but I'm going to instead do kind of a tone-on-tone-ish. Hang on. I'm going to go with, actually I'm going to go with, this is like a dark purple, almost black. I'm going to do it. You could do really anything that you want. Now you could see here why the small, oh, this is really important. If you have ink cubes, They're excellent for this because see how I could go around this without getting ink on the outside if I used ink cubes. I always give my ink cubes to other people because I don't use them that much. But if you have ink cubes, they're perfect for this. Another thing that you could do is the BetterPress inks because they're smaller. They have the smaller ones and allows you to get more precise application of your ink. Is it a murder mystery? It is about, I'll tell you, the only thing I can tell you. It is about a Secret Service guy, agent, for the president. And right at the beginning, the president is found dead. And this whole thing opens. But I forget what the president's name is. I didn't ink that very well, so I can demonstrate redoing it. The president's name, James, I don't know, you would all recognize it. And it opens this whole thing, and it's a lot of flashbacks and stuff, but it's not hard to follow. It's really good. I didn't even ink it well. Look at that. I did not ink, did you notice? I did not ink that well. Can normal dyes be used in the letterpress system? I do not think so. I think they'd be too thick. James Marsden, yeah, he's good in it too. And then there's a woman who plays a character named Sinatra. She's been in things before, I don't remember her name, but she's really good. It's just a great cast. You just need to watch it. Just need to watch it. Yes, you can use embossing ink on this. So if you wanted to get an embossed image, you can put Versamark ink on here, do the BetterPress, and then add whatever embossing powder you want. Yep. I don't do that often because I like that little impression that it gives, and if you fill it with embossing powder, you lose that. Does that make sense? Oh, Diana, I would not ruin anything. Trust me. That's all I'm telling you. Julianne Nicholson. Yeah, that's really good. So good. Not for kids, or at least I wouldn't let my kids watch it, but hey. I need to get Colin to watch. I think he would love it. Okay, so those are some BetterPress with press plates. The only thing that I use on my BetterPress are press plates. So any of these that have this like silvery look to them. Only press plates on your BetterPress system. Don't use a foil plate on there, okay? All right, now, oh, I didn't turn on my Glimmer. All right, I'm warming up my Glimmer. Let me show you, while my Glimmer warms up, let me show you something else. Something else. Got two. You guys can vote again. No, I'm gonna use this one. I don't know. So there is the Spellbinders Sprigs. These are press plates. This is the Blooming Garden. Okay, so let me show you. So these are different plates that you like piece together like a puzzle. So see, there's like the flower background, and then there's the flowers, and then there's other flowers. And you can create like a multicolored scene, all right? And it's using what's called registration. It comes with, mine is a prototype. It comes with yours would come with a clear piece, and you put it down and it helps you to line them all up to do the BetterPress. And you end up with a multicolored look, all right? It works really well. This one is called the Blooming Garden. There's a few different ones. I've used one in a previous video that had the words thank you on it. And I also did a multicolor wreath from Altenew once. Now this one here is the Sprigs, and this is like what it comes with. You put this down on here, like that, and then it helps you to align them all so you can get a colorful background. So I could either do Sprigs, so Mike, we're gonna do a vote.
Okay.
The Sprigs will end up with a background that has lots of these different colored leaves kind of scattered on it. And because it comes with this registration piece, it keeps you from getting any overlap or trying to line it up, all right? So that's Sprigs. I really like the images in here a lot. There's also dies. I think this is on sale, but you can see how pretty they are. Okay, so that's Sprigs, or the Blooming Garden, which would be like this little garden scene and a sentiment right along the bottom. And there's 3 sentiments. There's sending birthday wishes, hello from me to you, and thanks for everything. So would you rather see the Sprigs or the Blooming Garden? Mike's going to put a poll up at the top of the chat. Blooming Garden or Sprigs? I think I know what people are going to say. I just think I do know. Yes, do not use your foil plate. If you have to, right up here in Sharpie, do not use foil plates on this, or only use silver plates on this. Whatever will work to kind of keep you from doing that. Or like, hey, stop and think. Is this a press plate? So if a company, and the way you can know if it's safe to use on a BetterPress is go to the company's website, and if it says it's a press plate, you know, it should mention BetterPress, you're good to go. As far as press plates, the companies that I've used press plates from include Spellbinders, Hero Arts, Altenew, Pink Fresh. And I know there's more coming.
So there is I'm putting at the end of the list things that are compatible with BetterPress, with press plates.
Okay. The machines?
Wait.
What are you talking about?
Brian said
Hold on.
that Spellbinders has a list of compatible machines. So adding it to the list.
Okay. You mean the YouTube description?
Well, the link deli list first.
Link to, okay. Compatible machines with the BetterPress system is now on the bottom of the thumbnail list on my live page. You'll just have to refresh it.
Yeah.
PRS, the donation boxes, Mike is constantly contacting people for them. The Spellbinders UK should work, and it should work on everything except clearance, because I tested it this morning. All right, so the BetterPress sale and foil sale is not considered clearance, so you can get another 10% off. But the clearance sections, you can't get 10% off that. Okay, so what did people say? Blooming Garden. Okay, now I do need, this is a giant heads up. If you were to buy the Blooming Garden, this would be clear, which would be very helpful. Mine's a prototype. Like, I got it early, so I didn't get the clear. It's just printed. But it would come clear like this, just so you know. I think the clear is better. It's easier to clean up, whatever. But I'm going to demo with this. So pretend this is clear. So I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to put it like kind of in the center of those little tick marks. And I'm going to tape this down. Doop. Yeah, if you have things in your basket that are clearance, the price shouldn't go off that, but anything that's not clearance, it shouldn't be able to tell between the two, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I have that down. Now, I'm going to do this on, I'm going to do this on the cotton paper. And I'm going to try to do this fast because I do want to do some glimmer. Let me see if this is going to want to move in here. You know what? I'm going to take, here's the thing. Because I have this paper in here, I'm going to take off that clear plastic piece I put on earlier. Because the 2 layers on there make it harder for the magnet. So, hold please. See, this is, I should have thought about this before. So this right here, I'm going to take off for a moment. Doobie-doo, doobie-doo. Okay, making a mess of myself. I'll have to fix that later. Okay, I didn't want 2 layers on there, so now I'm going to put this here, and so the magnet will go through it all better. And I'm doing this pretty quickly because of other things, so forgive me if I don't do an excellent job with this. Good enough. Good enough. Now this is my cardstock. This is the cotton paper. Can you scroll? All right, and I'm going to put that in those little tick marks too. Oh, so this one's on clearance. So the price is so low already, the discount won't work on it. Nikki, my wedding ring, I noticed that one of the prongs was pushed, so it is going to get repaired. So these are other rings. Yes, okay, some of the things I'm using may not be on this in the sale section. It may be on clearance, which means it's already marked down even more. All right, so I'm going to lay that down. And see how I put it right inside that line. Let me do that again. So you see the black line? I'm going to lay this down. Dooby-doo. So it's staying there. And for this, I'll use the BetterPress ink. Why not? Yeah, more things to store. I get it. I get it. Thankfully, the BetterPress is not big. So I'm going to use, because I can, I have BetterPress ink in Pine and Laurel. I'm going to do Laurel towards the top and Pine towards the bottom. So remember, my white piece here for you would be clear. Just going to kind of ink this up. Dooby-doo. Get that ink off of there. It's good enough. All right. Now I'm going to just do this one. Oh, Mike, they said my glass board link is not coming up.
Your what link?
Glass board.
Oh, okay.
So let me move that through. So I only inked up half of it, right? With Pine. Oh, look it. See the Pine? Now look up here. Can you see? Was no ink there. There's your impression. So that's another thing I always forget. You can do the BetterPress system with the press plate with no ink and just get an impression like that. But here I use the green on the bottom. Now I'm going to come in with Laurel at the top. Forgot you can do that. Why do I never remember that? Do Laurel at the top leaves. Trying to hurry too much. I shouldn't try to hurry this much, but okay. So now I'm just going to pop it back on. Nothing was moved. All right. Paula said the BetterPress is worth the storage issue. Yeah, I lay mine in a drawer with nothing on top of it. You can lay it on a shelf. There we go. So now I have like two-tone. Okay. Yeah, it is cool with no ink. I always forget to show that. Now then, if you want to get that impression that you saw with no ink, I recommend using the cotton paper because it's going to push it in more, right? But okay, so I'm done with that one. Take that off. Now let's do the flowers. And I put that inside that green outline that you saw there. Put that there. And let's do this because I have this out. Let's do blush rose. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm missing questions. I'm trying to catch as many as I can. And some I've answered also earlier in the live. So if you have questions about what machines or what inks, you can catch the beginning of the earlier in the live and it'll answer that. Okay. Let's do this. This is Blush Rose from Altenew. I just grabbed an ink. I find their fresh dye inks work really well because they're a little bit thicker than other inks, but really you could do anything. Look at that. So I was able to position those right into those openings thanks to this registration guide. Okay, so if you want any of the press plates that have this kind of multi-plate system, so you can get multiple colors, I think it's called registration. You need to search on registration with my link below. But I linked this one. So this one may not be the extra 10% off. it may be already on discount big time. Let me see. I'm going to look because now I'm curious. It may be in some of their press plate stuff is in the clearance section. So let's see this one. This set's on sale for half off. So that's probably a clearance item, which is pretty awesome. And you could foil with this too. Okay, so there on these, I'm gonna do chamomile from Altenew. Again, I'm doing this pretty messy because I am trying to hurry. Hopefully that's good enough. All right, so I haven't moved my registration, I haven't moved this, and I can go back in. Erica, you're too much. Thank you, Erica. Yeah, this one's on clearance, okay. So everything I used is either on sale or on clearance. If it's on sale, you'll get another 10% off with my code. If it's on clearance, the price is as marked. Look at, so now I have yellow flowers in there. Isn't that fun? So then, let's do hello from, thanks for everything. Hold on just a second. I got it. Okay. So I'm going to line that up inside that little thing, and I could, inside the red line, and I could do any of them. And this one I'll do with black ink. There we go. Doobie-doo, doobie-doo. The tape is sufficient. You don't have to worry about it moving. I've never had it move. As long as you've got it stuck there, it's okay. Look at that. Okay? And that has that that texture to it. I don't know if there are silver foil plates out there. I'm not sure, now that I think about it. But if you want to be sure, before you use a plate inside of your BetterPress, go to the product page and make sure it says it's a press plate, because that's all you want to use. So there you can see. Isn't that cool? So your piece here, the registration piece, would be cleared, be more durable. You could wipe it off and put it in with the plates. Look how beautiful that is. You could do a set of note cards like that pretty quickly. No, my plate's not cracked. It has, it just is marked up. Oh, that's a piece of tape or paper. Nope. Nope, nope. They do sell replacements, but I don't see why you would need one. Okay. Oh, I'm throwing things around. Hang on. Oh my gosh, my thighs hurt. I think I lost another one. Yes. Brianne, good point. Press plates have a different feel than foil plates too. Press plates have like a matte kind of feel to them, whereas foil plates are more shiny kind of feel to it. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so that's the BetterPress system. Then I'll do foil. Let's do some foil. Okay, let me clean up some here. If I want to watercolor on a press plate item, could I print on cotton water? Yeah, sure, absolutely. Just use an ink that would be okay for watercolor. Okay, press plates, that's a good point. Press plates feel a little chalky. That's a good way to say it. Let me show you one. Trying to find a big one. Oh, here. I'll do it in comparison to like a silver dye. So see how it's kind of matte? It feels a little velvety, I guess. Whereas, let me find a background dye. Hold please. Like this is a dye. This is a Hero Arts dye, which is silver. You can see the difference. Press plates are muted and kind of has the soft, silky, kind of velvety feel, whereas dyes are slick. And so are foil plates. Foil plates are also thicker. I don't know. Yeah, chalkboard almost feel. That's right, Lori. That's a good way to describe it. Yeah, the BetterPress is great. Why is my machine not turning on? What happened? Oh, now it's on. It'll warm up quickly. Okay, so that's the BetterPress system. Oh, Maria, thank you. I had heard that some people were saying the only reason I use Press and Sale is because we have yachts all over the world because of the money we got from it, and it's not the case. The company you worked at, you don't even get a bonus when you get a patent. So you get nothing. You just get job security. So isn't that pretty? So now what I would do with this is there are arch dies that Spellbinders has. You could use either arch dies or an oval. So you could use an arch die to cut that out. But what I probably would do is use the big oval, and I would just trim that, and then cut there and have it like down, you know, with like a flat edge probably. Be fun. A lot of things you can do with that. There's some arch dies there. Okay. Now, let's look at, this is the Glimmer machine. The Glimmer machine has been around for a long time. The Glimmer machine is for foiling with foil plates. Okay? Foiling with foil plates. This is not the kind of foil that you would do with Gina's Fuse. That's a different type of foil that I love also. They're just two different ways of doing things, okay? Hold on, Trish, if you cut into your magnetic mat on your Empress, will it ruin the mat? Absolutely not. That's what I do every time I cut. So you're okay. Okay, so this is a Glimmer machine. For years, there have been Glimmer plates. Let me get some here. Hang on. Here's one. This one's from Hero Arts. So this is a Glimmer plate, a foil plate, okay? A lot of companies have foil plates. They have for a long time. So foil plates can only be used to foil on a foil machine. You can't use it on your BetterPress. But foil plates have been around a long time. I've done many videos on foil plates, all right? But what I want to show you today, you use the exact same method to foil if you're using a foil plate or a press plate, okay? Foil plates and press plates both work on the Glimmer machine, and they work in the same way. But remember how I told you, press plates are impressive because you can use them on your Glimmer machine or on your BetterPress. Foil plates are only on your Glimmer foil machine. All right, so if you have foil plates, by all means do what I'm doing right now. But I wanted to show you that these plates that are press plates foil beautifully. All right, now let me just do, you know what? I did some off screen so that you could see them. Should I do this one? No, I think I'm gonna do, because I did one off screen. I'm gonna do, hold on, I'm going to do this one. This is the Cosmo backdrop. Let's try this one. And now foiling, I would say, sometimes there's a practice pancake or two. Sometimes you don't get it just right at the beginning. That's part of foiling. Sometimes it takes a little bit of effort, but hey, that's okay. Whereas the BetterPress, I feel like it's right out of the bat. Like you get good results right out of the bat, right out of the box. But foiling is beautiful. So let me just do this. Okay, so this is a press plate that I'm going to foil with. I'm going to take it, and I like to put it face down onto my cardstock and create a little hinge at the top with tape. This is Spellbinders tape. So I have that little hinge up there. I flip it open, and let's do gold. My two favorite foils, they're on sale right now too. I have them linked below, are the Glimmer Aura and the Prism. It's the gold and the silver with the iridescent feel to it. I feel like it gives it more shine with that iridescent feel, so that's why I use it. And I also, for some reason, feel like they're foil better. I don't know. I'll show you opal in a moment. Another that foils well is matte gold and matte silver, but I use these by far the most. The Aura and the Prism. This is the Aura. Okay, so I'm gonna put this under here. I put it right up to the hinge. There are other ways you can do it. You could just throw it all on there, but I like to tape things. I don't know why. Pretty side of the plate touches the pretty side of the foil. I'll show you the opal. I did it off screen before, okay? Pretty side of foil touching pretty side of plate. And I'm gonna put that with the plate down, press the timer button. I'm gonna put my plates on top that come with it. And I almost always have an extra cardstock shim in there. I don't think you need it. And then you press the timer button. And when the timer button is done flashing, it'll be ready to go. All right. Brianne just did a 5 ways to use press plates. That link, Brianne just put in the chat. I highly recommend that one because in that video, I show you how to do lots of things with the BetterPress. I show you how to do foiling and I show you how to make an impression with a flexible mat, okay? So I show you all of them there. But today I wanted to do more, okay? So let me just show you some things here. Remember this one before? Where this was the book plate one, where I did the BetterPress. Here it is, foiled. Look how pretty that is. Now, if you get extra, sometimes there's little extra bits of foil. If you foil with a plate that has a lot of detail, sometimes there'll be little extra bits of foil. You can use a brush to brush it away. What I've been doing is I bought an extra Hero Art scrubber block. This is what I clean my stamps with. It's soft. And I keep this one for 2 purposes. One is to use to apply pressure to my MISTI. And I also use it to knock off extra foil. So I just take this and it'll just clean it up, knock off some of that extra foil. And there, look at that. Look at the comparison. So same plate, it's a press plate that I used on my BetterPress over here and on my foil, on my Glimmer foil here. So you have the flexibility to do both. All right. All right, so I just wanted to demo a few things. Okay, so the timer's done. Timer's done. I'm gonna take this, out. Now you need a platinum or a big shot or an intracut. If you have a machine that works with the BetterPress, it'll also work with the Glimmer and vice versa. So this puts the heat on it. I take out this platform and all the plates and I run it through the die cut machine, which puts the pressure on it. All right. Now, this could be my practice pancake. We'll see. You never know. This is Spellbinders Violet, which is smooth, they said. So it will, they said, well, I know it's smooth, but they said that's so it foils better. So I use a magnet because that's hot. Let's take this off. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's perfect. Look at the detail. Now, so press plates have a lot of detail to them because the BetterPress can handle it. It turns out press plates foil so well that the foil can handle the detail. If you wanted to do ink blending over this, you could do the ink blending before or after. The foil would resist it. So I could ink blend like dark purple down here and let it fade out. Isn't that beautiful? So that is foiling with a press plate. And it captures all that little detail, even those tiny little dots. Okay? Gorgeous. Now this you can save. I've done videos on what to do with the leftover foil, but I'm not going to do that today. Let me show you a few things. This one right here, it's kind of hard to see. Let me knock off the extra foil from this. You can also use a dry cloth to do that. This is so pretty. It's really subtle in real life, but this is that Kaleidoscope Flowers, which is one of my favorite press plates of all time. It gives a lot of detail. You can see all that detail there. It's beautiful. I've used it many times in videos. Now watch, this is foiled with opal foil. Okay, I feel like there's still some extra foil in some of the areas, because you have to knock off the extra foil because when you use a press plate with a lot of detail, the foil kind of wants to get stuck in between. So if you just use a dry brush, there we go, it's coming off. Some of the, like, that gets kind of stuck in like the super detail, but let me show you. So you see that, hold on. You see that detail that you get? And it's that foily look, or that opal look. So the opal is like a clear iridescent, and so it picks up, it just gives you opaly look on whatever color you put it on. All right, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. You know what, I'm gonna do, let's see. Let me show you, do you have questions? Let me know if you have questions. I'm gonna do that Kaleidoscope one on the BetterPress so you can see what it looks like. The Glimmer machine. If you have not been able to master your Glimmer machine, what I recommend is going to Spellbinders YouTube channel. Yana, who's one of my favorite crafters, favorite people. I just got to see her online this morning. She's in Ukraine. She has like a series, I think, of videos that are like troubleshooting with the Glimmer or tips, and she's got tons of great tips. I don't even do all the things that she talks about, but she's got a lot of great tips if you struggle. This might not be dark enough. What is Mike making for dinner, Diana? He is making my favorite. Can you get the recipe and put it in the chat? This is so good. It's a Skinny Taste recipe. It's a sheet pan, and it's chicken and any vegetables you want. We do tons of vegetables. And some balsamic. It is the most time-consuming part is the cutting of the vegetables. But he cut them before, so we can, there's the recipe, he just put in there. I think it's delicious. And then I use the leftovers. I put it, oops, I had something in there. I put them with eggs. I mix them with eggs in a burrito for breakfast in the morning. Oh, oops. There you go, okay. Look at the detail of that. So that's the one I just foiled with the opal. See the opal, ooh, see it there? There it is as a BetterPress. See that detail? This is one of my favorite of their background plates. No, the Fuse is a different type of foil than the Glimmer. It's a completely different type of foil. And the Fuse uses things like toner paper, like printed paper or gels to connect with the foil, whereas the Glimmer machine uses plates and heat and pressure to transfer the foil. It's two different types of foil, two different process. And I like both of them. Sorry, but I do. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Do you see that detail? Gosh. Ooh. It's just beautiful. And I would never get that with the stamp. Never, never. So anyway, I just wanted to demonstrate that. Now, one last thing. So now we've used the press plates on a BetterPress. We've used the press plates on a Glimmer foil machine. By the way, I think these are on sale. What are these called, Mike? You won't know. And I won't be able to find it either. Is this it? This is it. It's the Hexagem Sentiments. I'm going to turn this off. Hexagem Sentiments. Are those on sale? You have to look for me. It's on the list. Mm-hmm. If you get overfoiling, you can use an eraser, but usually if you have a smooth cardstock and not too much pressure on your machine, you should be fine. Yeah, so this is the Hexagem. Is it on sale?
Half off, yeah.
Ooh, this one's half off. This is a good one. This is foil plate. I just wanted to share this for those of you who have a foil machine. I foiled off screen It's one plate, one foil plate, hexagem sentiments, and I foiled them all with that gold aura. And then there's one die that cuts them all out. I showed you one earlier that was a press plate. So Spellbinders does have press plates that are like this, where you can do a bunch of sentiments at once. But for those of you with the Glimmer machine, I wanted to show you that this one's on sale half off. What cardstock is best for foiling? The smoother the cardstock, the better the results. So Spellbinders has something called Glimmer cardstock, which is after they did all their research, it was the smoothest white cardstock, and it works great with foil. That is by far the best. Another thing that you can do or use is hammer mill. I have that linked below. It's an inexpensive white cardstock that's smooth and what a lot of people reach for when foiling. Another one, and now I'm finding here that the new Spellbinders cardstock is so smooth that it's great. You know, I've foiled on other colored cardstocks in the past. Some are better than others because it depends on how smooth they are. But this Spellbinders, this is the Spellbinders Violet. It was so smooth, it just foiled perfectly. Look at the detail inside of the flower. Okay, so if you're looking for a smooth colored cardstock for foiling, I would try that. Now, sometimes you get lucky with other cardstocks that they're smooth enough that they foil well, but really, I think the most you can do to make your foiling better is a smooth cardstock. I think that's the key. Yeah, hammer mill was a game changer for Maureen. Yep, hammer mill's great. And hammer mill doesn't come in all the colors. So for colors, I would do this Spellbinders. Gosh, that's beautiful. This one was the Kaleidoscope flower. Can you see in here? I'm just obsessed with this. Look at all those little, oh my gosh. That's so pretty. I also think this one is really pretty too. This would be beautiful with like ink blending over it. Gorgeous. Okay, I do want to show you before we go how to make an impression with either type of plate. Let me clean this one. No, let's get a new one. I'm gonna get a new one, hang on. Maybe not. Oh, you know what's on sale right now too? The Buffalo Plaid press plate. This has like a lot of detail to it. Great for any background. So the Buffalo Plaid, I have it linked below. That one's on sale too. I'm a-thinking. Hold please. Let's try the Cosmo one. Let's try the Cosmo. Metallic inks, yes, metallic inks work great on a BetterPress, for sure. Okay, so almost all die cut machines come with or have available, most of them come with it, a flexible embossing mat like this. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know that this is one of my best friends. Sometimes they're tan, but it is a flexible mat. It feels like rubber, okay? This will allow you to make an impression with a die or a plate without cutting, okay? I know, hey, don't get mad at me for designing or for all these good products. I did not design them, okay? So most machines come with this. I think Gina's is sold separately, but almost all machines have one available. How do you tell the pretty side of the opal? When I pull it off, the outside is the pretty. So I just make sure to keep track of it. It's also a little bit, it's hard to tell. Just make sure when you pull it off, the outside, so this side facing up towards the camera is the pretty side, and just keep track of that. Okay. All right, so the flexible, it's called an embossing mat, and it allows you to emboss with the die, is what all your manufacturer's instructions would say. For example, here on my Spellbinders, it says how to emboss a cut shape, a die. I'm gonna follow that sandwich. And you can do this with the die, you can do this with a foil plate, and you can do this with a press plate. All right, so I'm gonna follow this sandwich. Spellbinders, it's nice because it's written right on here. The others, you might have to look at your look at your manual. Yeah, that's what it's called. Okay, and then I need my D plate. You think I'd know this by now. Okay, so flexible mat is here. Let me get some cardstock. Oh, I already did that one. Let me get some pretty cardstock. Ooh, Sicily. Sicily. So this is something that you can do with a die, a foil plate, or a press plate. Now, some will do better than others. If you want to see about using a die to make an impression, check out the last video that I did. It's my last regular video that I put up Saturday morning. I show it in there, okay? I am going to make an impression with, let's do a foil plate first. So this is Hero Art's foil plate. It's in the links. I don't know what it's called. Some starry thing. So this is a foil plate. It's very thick. What I do is I take my cardstock. I'm using Sicily, and I'm going to mist it on both sides with some water.
Twinkling stars.
Twinkling stars. Now I'm laying that onto my flexible mat. I take my foil plate and just lay it on top. This is going to press that pattern into the cardstock. Now this is going to give a really deep impression, okay? Because foil plates are so thick. So some dies or some plates, it might not look that great. It just depends on the plates. So let's see how this one looks. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so look at, see that impression? You could use the other side, which is raised. Looks like an embossing folder did it, right? So this, I would trim that because you can see the outside of the die. But this means that you can use this foil plate on your foil machine or with your die cut machine to make an impression. You just can't use it on your BetterPress. So this is super deep. Okay, so this kind of gives you a BetterPress look, just not as much detail, and it's much deeper. So that's the Hero Art's Twinkling Stars, and it's on sale. Okay, now let me show you can do this. The code is Gen10. It's all in the YouTube description. You can do this with a press plate, all right? So I'm gonna take the same cardstock, mist both sides. By misting it, it keeps it from kind of cracking. You know, sometimes if you do an impression or embossing folder and you see paper crack, misting it on both sides helps. So this is an embossing mat. My Spellbinders Platinum came with that. Most machines come with one or is available separately. Put my cardstock on it. I'm gonna take that press plate that we foiled before, put that on there. Let's run this through. See how this works. Yes, you can put ink on this plate. You could put ink on this plate when you do this. You just want to have a steady hand and not let it shift. You definitely could. Oh, look at that. So you could use either side. Now you can see it does get some of that detail. All right, so this is the Cosmos one. There it is foiled and there it is made as an impression. So that was a press plate, okay? This is Cosmos here. You know what I'm gonna do so you can see all three is actually I'll show you all four. Oh, let's put this in here and then class will be dismissed. How's that? Oh, and I will be going live tomorrow afternoon too. So please come back tomorrow afternoon. That will be fun. That one's gonna be just fun. I'll share information as soon as I have my act together. Can you scroll it? Okay, so I'm gonna just do first, this is the Spellbinders Cotton Cardstock, which gives you the deepest impression. Put that in there. I'm gonna run it through with the Cosmos press plate with no ink. So we're just gonna make a detailed impression. Now this will not go as deep of an impression as what we just did with the flexible mat, but it'll be more detailed. I'm not sure about the time tomorrow. Probably 3, but I gotta check with someone. All right, so look at, oh, my hair is everywhere. All right, so that is a little more subtle. It's a little more like kind of classy. I don't know. See how the comparison? So this was done with the flexible mat in my die cut machine. This was done with no ink and the BetterPress. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, come on. Look at that. please. I know, Abraham, Spellbinders, it's their fault. And a big thank you to Spellbinders for offering that discount code to you guys, because I think it was very generous. Okay, what did I do? Okay, another piece of the same cotton cardstock. Let's this time ink up our plate with, oh, come on. There's too many colors out here. I'm just gonna do it on that, let's do coral, no. See, I think too much. I think too much. Okay, Eastern Sky, this is a beautiful color. Can you scroll it? The BetterPress has a lower price point than the Glimmer. Both of them are on sale right now. People always ask which to get. It really depends on what look you like. If you like foil, if you like that shine, go for the foil machine. But if you're more of a beginner, I feel like the BetterPress system is really forgiving. Okay, so I inked that up with Eastern Sky. That's an Altenew color that's beautiful. All right. See this? I need a life. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Okay. So, if you have some confusion about which can be used with everything, just go back and watch again and take some notes. But really it all boils down to the press plates are impressive because they can be used on both machines. Okay? The foil plates stick to foil machine. All right, so now this was one press plate. Here it is with ink. Here it is with no ink. Both of these done on the BetterPress. Soft detail. Here it's done with foil on the Glimmer machine. And here it was done with a good old die cut machine and a flexible mat. So 4 different things. And Brand shared that video of 5 ways to use plates. I think I show using it with white ink or maybe embossing with it. I will say, if you have struggled with your foiling on the Glimmer machine and not getting good results, get yourself a press plate and try foiling with a press plate on your Glimmer machine. I think that will do the trick, because I'm finding that the press plates give me better foiling with more detail than foil plates do. I think that was something unexpected, and that's why some companies are stopping making foil-only plates. Mike, I'm gonna wrap up soon. Okay. All right, so those are ways you can use the two. I'm hoping that makes sense. Hoping all that makes sense to you. So again, the Hero Arts and Spellbinders have a BetterPress and Glimmer sale right now. So that's all a bunch of press plates, a bunch of foil plates, and those machines are on sale. And you can use the Gen 10 code by shopping my link below, and that'll save you an additional 10%. There are lots of things in the clearance section, including some foil and press plates, dies and other things. Lots of great prices there. However, the 10% does not work in the clearance only. That's the only place it doesn't work. I think they have free shipping, US shipping at like 100 or something. It's not high. It's not high at all. Here you go. Erica said, don't get foiled using foil plates with your impressive BetterPress system. Good job, Erica. We might have to like print that out to put on things, right? All right, so that's what we have here. I am going to give away something else here. I'm giving away, I was given and then I bought, because I have a mess on my hands, an extra the Cosmo backdrop. So we're gonna give the Cosmo backdrop away, press plate away. So if you do not have a BetterPress machine or a Glimmer machine, remember, you can use your die cut machine with an embossing mat to do that, okay? So if you want to win the Cosmos backdrop, just the way you're eligible is leaving a comment in the chat. So if you've left any, Mike's gonna, in a couple minutes here, randomly pick a name from the chat, and we'll send that in a handmade card out. Now keep in mind, there are a lot of other things on sale too. Goodness, remember this one? Look at that. This one, I just think you could, like, while he's picking a name, I just want to show you, because somebody asked, this was so big. You could go in and like die cut a portion here, and then you could also die cut like have it kind of in the corner there, or you can cut them in half. I mean, just so many ways that you can get 2 for 1 out of that, or use it on a big card too. Anyway, okay. So Mike, do you have a winner of the Cosmos backdrop?
Yes. Susan Valle, V-A-L-L-E.
Susan Valle, you are the winner. So what I need you to do is email help at jennifermaguireinc.com, or go to my website and do contact us, and give us your address, and we will get this sent out to you. Okay, can you scroll it? I think that's what I've got for today. I think tonight I'm gonna have a beer. Are you gonna have a beer? Oh, my new favorite beer is out.
Because they are out of Iowa.
Okay, there's a beer that comes out here only during baseball season called Rounding Third, and I love it. Okay, so I think that's everything. Everything is linked below in the YouTube description, but again, I recommend going to that YouTube live link at the top. That'll open up another page. At the top will be all the sale information, and then below it are thumbnails, which makes it easier to find everything that I talked about. I think that's it. So anyway, Gen10 is the discount code. Big thank you to Spellbinders and Hero Arts for offering that. Any little bit is helpful to us crafters. I will be going live tomorrow. My guess is at 3, but what I recommend is, if you're not in my Facebook group, join that, because I always say there first when I'm going live. You can just go on Facebook and search on Share Handmade Kindness, and just answer the questions, and then we'll let you in, and I'll let you guys know. I'll also put on Instagram, and I always send a text out right before it. So I think that's it.
And there's a link at the bottom of the supply list for
yeah.
text, how to get on the text list.
Yes, you can go to my website. There's a link in the description below, and you can sign up for my newsletter, and you can also sign up to get a text. And I only send texts out right before live, and if there's like a mega sale going on that I don't want you to miss. Otherwise, I'm very, I don't take advantage. So, okay. All right, well, thank you so much for being here, and hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Happy crafting.